hours here. All right, this is grade 11. Let's look at the possible scope here. They gave us a what we call a pay slip. All right, and this pay slip has the basic salary and overtime. So they are telling us if he works for 15 hours for overtime, 15 hours overtime in 3 days, determine how much it is per hour. So you've worked 15 hours and overtime is 1,400. So it will be 1,400 divide through by 15, divide through by 15, then you get the answer as you get 93 rand 33 cents. This was the price per hour. All right, asking us what is Mr. David's ID number. The ID number, you have to just come here. This is the pay point, the employee number, surname and initial, ID number, it's here. So it's 740521005803. So this is his ID number and should have 13 what? Digits. Okay. Go to the next part, which asks us to. The next part, they want us to look for the values of A, B, D, and E. Remember, we are looking at what we call the financial documents. We are looking at what we call the financial documents. Okay. Now, we shall have to analyze and find out the value of A, it's what we call the gross, which is the total what? Total income before deductions are made. Total income before deductions are made. So what do? We're supposed to add the 10,995 plus the 1,400. That is so here the answer becomes 12,395. This is the value of A. Then B, value of B, we are looking at UIF. UIF stands for Unemployment Insurance Fund, and it's calculated at 1% if it's on your pay slip. If it's the total pay, whereby your boss is paying, we shall calculate it at 2%. So the value of B, and it will always be on the basic salary, not the gross, but the basic salary. So here it will be 1/100 times the basic salary of 10,995, whereby we shall end up having 100 rands and 109 rands 95 cents. This is your UIF. Okay, that's the value of B. Then we go to value of D. D, we are looking at the total deductions, whereby you add everything here now, including the B that you've just got. All right? Including the B that you've just got. So when you add everything, 51567 plus 12550 plus 824,63 plus 109,95. We have the money as 7,000. 341 rands 15 cents. And when it comes to value of E is the net salary, whereby it's the money after deduction. So you shall get the gross minus deductions. So which becomes 12,395 minus 7,341 15 cents. Don't forget to show the working. Don't forget to show the working. So here we end up with 5,053 cents. 5,053 rands 58 cents. That's the value of E. So we have our values. Please, you don't forget to show the working. Okay, let's go to another question. Okay, we have a person here called Quedin, and the person bakes scones that he sells at 20 rand each pack of 10, and he spends 10 rand on each pack and rent of 600. Write down the equations or expression to determine both the total income and the total cost. So let me start with total income. The income will equal to 20 rand times the number of what? Packets sold. All right. Number of packets sold. Then the total cost, it was, you remember, he has to pay 600. Then after, he pays 10 rand for each pack times the number of what? Packets. Copy and complete the table below. Don't forget to show the working. Copy and complete the table below. So we're going to use the formulas. For total cost, we shall say 600 plus 10 times the number of packets. Now, the number of scones or number of packets are here. Okay, if it's 0 here, we shall put that and we end up having 600. Then here we shall have, it will be 600 plus 10 times 6, which is 1,000. Sorry, yeah. 600 plus 600, you get 1,200. So here the answer is 1,200. Then you go to the next one, which is 6,000 plus 10 times 100. And this will give you 1,600. Come to this 600 plus 10 times 150. 600 plus 10 times 150 equals 2,100. Then 600 plus 10 times 200, which became 2,600. 2,600. Whereas when it becomes 300, becomes 3,600. That is costs. Take note of what's happening. As the numbers are increasing, also the cost increases. What relationship do we have here? We have what we call the direct relationship. The direct relationship. Okay, what about income? Remember we said income for each packet is sold at 20. So at 0, we have 0 because you sell nothing, you get nothing. So here we have 1,200. Why? We took the 20 times the 60. That's what gives us here Then we are going to say 20 times 100. We end up having 2,000. Then we have 3,000. We have 4,000. And eventually have 6 what? 1,000. So this is what happens. Also, as income increases, does the number of packets, or as the number of packets increase, the number of income increases? All right, we look at this question here that asks us, identify the independent and dependent variables. Now, always, what will be on top will always be the independent. It does not depend on anything. But for you to know the income or to know the cost, you have to have the number of scones. So the cost or expense and income, they would depend. They would depend on the number of packets or number of scones. All right. So the independent, in this scenario, we shall say what? Scones. And the dependent, it's the cost or income. You may as well say you can say amount. This amount will depend on the number of scones, whereas the number of scones does not depend on the amount. Okay, we continue and we see what relationship is observed in the table. This is increasing. It's an increasing relationship. An increasing relationship. Or you may tell us it's a what? It's a direct relationship. As values increase, sorry, because they might ask you why is it? We say because both variables are increasing. Both the independent and dependent variables are increasing. Okay, we come to the other part that says the tray used to bake the scones, okay, has the measurements as follows. Length of 40 centimeters, a width of 16 centimeters, and a depth of 20 millimeters. Determine the perimeter of the tray. Now remember, the moment you see this two, this tray becomes a what? Becomes a rectangular tray. All right? It's a rectangular tray. So rectangle, how do you get the perimeter of a rectangle? We shall say perimeter equals to 2 into A plus B. So what is 2? Open your brackets. What's our length? Our length is 40. You bring the 40, put it here. Plus, the width is 16, which is the breadth. You put the 16 there. So what answer do you end up having? This is 40, 56 times 2. You have 102. These are centimeters. Don't forget. Okay. So we continue. Volume of the tray. Now, as you look for volume, because now we've already seen it's a rectangular part, so our volume will always be length times breadth times height. In this case, it's going to be depth, all right, because it's deep. Okay, now make sure the units have to be the same. Units are the same. If you want them to be centimeters, they should all be centimeters. If you want them to be millimeters, let them be millimeters before you substitute into any formula. So here we have the depth is millimeters. Let's change it to centimeters. I will end up having 2 centimeters. Well and good. So I'll come and substitute. I'll say my length is 40, breadth is 16, and the depth is 2. 40 times 16 times 2 becomes 1,260 centimeters cubed. Okay. The tray used, okay. Calculate the cost of filling up the tray with flour. Calculate the, what is it called? To fill up the pot with 85% of the tray's volume. Okay, if 85% is covered. Now, first and foremost, we need to look for the volume. We've just seen it as 1,000. 1,000. But remember, this only 85% is filled. So we need to look for 85%. Multiply by 85%. Okay, so this is the volume that we're going to deal with. So how much flour will be needed? So we ask yourself, if this is what we need, and when they buy the packet, it covers a volume of that. So we shall come here, divide this by 30. Divided by 30. We have 36,27. Please, we are looking for packets, not half a packet. So this is approximately 37 packets. So if each is 25 rands, 20 cents, how much will it be? I'm saying 37 because we cannot have a half a packet. We are buying them in whole. So should you buy only 30, 36, there won't be enough. So rather buy 37 in that. You deal with the remaining. You can keep it for the next baking. Okay, so we are multiplying now. And the answer indeed becomes 900, 900, that much. 940 cents. 940 cents. Okay. The person who delivers these scones to shops, he covers 80 kilometers at a speed of 64 kilometers per hour with 3 stops of 10 minutes each. Determine the time he will reach his final destination if he starts delivering at 8:32. Now, first and foremost, we have to analyze what do we have? What do we have in, so what we have to analyze, what do we have? We have the speed. We have the speed. Speed is 64 kilometers per hour. Number 2, we have the distance, which is 80 kilometers per hour. So we need time. How much time was he driving around or moving on, moving? All right, how much time did he spend? So please, when it comes like this, there's no formula. Even when there's a formula, but the formula does not give you it does not answer your it does not give you your answer. Please use the diagram, the triangle, whereby you shall say speed equals to distance over time. But I'm looking for time, so my time equals to distance over speed. Good to go. We substitute in 80 divided by 64. I'm looking for time. So 80 divided by 64, I have 1,2. These are full hours. Turn them into hours and minutes. Turn them into hours and minutes. So this is 1 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1 hour, 15 minutes. All right, so this is time for driving, but don't forget, it took 3 breaks worth 30 minutes. So we also add it on. So it's 1 hour, 45 minutes. So, what time will he reach the final destination if he starts delivering at this month? That means he's going to spend 1 hour, 45 minutes. So we shall come down here. We say 8:32 plus 1 hour, 45 minutes. This is 7, good. then 3 plus you get 7, but you cannot have 70 meters, 70 hours or 70 minutes. So 70 minutes simply meaning it's 1 hour, 10 minutes and 1 hour. So here we end up saying he will reach his final destination at 17 past 10. Okay. Let's look at the second question there. Oh, sorry, the other probability, the other scope. The scope, please know how to convert time. Is look at what we call the patterns and relationships. Patterns and relationships. All right. Okay. Yes, let's look at the possible scope of hours here. All right, this is grade 11. Let's look at the possible scope here. They gave us what we call a pay slip. All right, and this pay slip has the basic salary and overtime. So they are telling us if he works for 15 hours for overtime, 15 hours overtime in 3 days, determine how much it is per hour. So you've worked 15 hours